the Jericho Appreciation Society appears to be all done, and I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's pretty mixed feelings for me here. So I'm not a big fan of groups breaking up. Right now, the Usos are breaking up, and I can tell you the biggest disappointment. You got two brothers who have been together for longer than any tag team pretty much in the history of the WWE. I believe they have the most matches together at any team ever, and the third longest title reign of any team ever. When you're including multiple title reigns, I think it's the New Day who had three members, and it's another group that has three members. I can't recall off the top of my head. But my biggest thing is having those two brothers who, in real life, people are brothers for their whole life without sabotaging each other or destroying each other. To continue going on building a story together. And there's no real need to break them apart besides we have no creative ideas left for you. And what always ends up happening is people end up coming back together, which shows you it was a bad idea in the beginning to break them apart. However, groups like the Jericho Appreciation Society are a little different. You got them in the Inner Circle. The main goal was you have a big star, Chris Jericho, who can put over other stars. They're out with him so they get exposure and they get attention and they become bigger stars. So eventually when they leave, when they break up, these people have now gotten on the rub and are now ready to go off in their careers a little bit of a step up than where they were before. So and under that situation, I'm all for it. Because I feel like let's run it down in order that they left. Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia is clearly one of the best up-and-coming wrestlers in the world. And up-and-coming is kind of a bad word for him because, he's pretty much arrived. I'm not saying he's going to win a world title anytime soon, but that's not because he doesn't have what it takes to do it. It's because there's so many people in front of him. But if this was a different time period, we had some injuries, Daniel Garcia is a guy who you can put in the ring and people who would actually get behind. And it'd be one of those where they would be very happy to have him as champion so they can cheer for him and get behind him. He's not there yet. I'm not saying like I want that to happen, but it could. And that all happened from being with Chris Jericho. And in the meantime, while he's working his way up, while all these other people are at the top and they're winding their ways down, or they haven't got a title shot yet because or haven't got a title run yet because AEW is still new, Daniel's been working on his craft, and just that dance. I don't know what it is. I'd be lying to you if I told you my children enjoyed it more than I did. For some reason, I get a kick out of it. When he got on Keith Lee's back, oh my God, like those kind of things, that's why I watch wrestling. You got Jake Hager. Jake Hager is the only member of the group that I feel like is already cast. He's already too far in his career that they're not really going to put a big, giant push in him. Now, they could. He's a big man, really athletic, smooth in the ring. Obviously on the mic, he's never been the best. But his I love my hat gimmick, that shows you don't have to just sit him in front of a mic and let him talk the whole time. There's plenty of things you can do and still get this man over, like the hat. Just simple hat got this man more over than he's ever been in his entire career, and he was the WWE champion. Ty and Anna Jay. I feel like this is a big problem with just the women's division. Tay Melo and Anna Jay, they're both pretty new, so they both have plenty of time to work. But this is just, these two have so much potential and have been in some amazing matches. Their lights out match that they had, amazing. Okay, just blew the house down. And these are the kind of things that the women can do every week, week in and week out, if you give them the time and the opportunity, but they're not given that. So both of them are pretty much kind kind of in a holding pattern. But I would say that Anna Jay's stock definitely went up since she left the Dark Order. And I was worried because, like, how, you're leaving a group that members are already dwindling, so you already have more opportunity to be on TV with them. But with the Jericho Appreciation Society, more of her personality kind of come out. You see it on BTE, the way she would treat Stu Grayson. This was just Stu Grayson was the world now. So that's just how she, went about her business in the Jericho Appreciation Society, and that's what made people more drawn to her. Ty definitely needs something, because right now she's kind of just Sammy Guevara's, girl, but also she's pregnant, so let's give her some time off, and let's see when she comes back more reinvigorated. Let's give her a giant push. Let's see where she goes. Cool Hands Ange and Daddy Magic Menard. Those two should be the tag team champion at some point in time next year. Too much stuff going on this year. I could basically walk you through all the problems with the tag team division as far as just having too much talent, so people like Cool Hands and Daddy Magic play second fiddle. But next year, by themselves, well, actually, they're with Anna Jay. I'm going to be very interested in where this trios go right there. But those two by themselves, away from the Jericho Appreciation Society, push them to the fucking moon. There are almost no two better guys on the mic. Give these guys something, make them good guys. Give them something impassionate to talk about. Bam, you are there. You are sold on these two. But this is my actually main reason where I kind of don't like them breaking apart. Is that the story between Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, I believe, could be a career-long story as long as you don't actually have them have a hard break. You don't want them to one go this way, one go that way, and actually, converge in the road to where they're a problem for each other. With Hager, Sammy has been with Jericho since the beginning. And you got Sammy saying, you know what, I'm not leaving you. I'm still going to be here. All you got to do is get your act right. But this is what I picture down the line. It doesn't have to be MJF, but MJF is the champion, so let's just use him as an example. MJF versus Sammy Guevara. He's going, he's getting, he's close. And then Adam Cole comes out and lays down the boom, screws over Sammy Guevara. But wait, who's on commentary? Chris Jericho. He throws down his headset. He goes to the ring. He helps out Sammy Guevara. He takes out Adam Cole. He takes out MJF. MJF gets put up in the... not going to say his name of his move on camera right now, but he puts him in there, takes him out with the big knee, pins him. Boom! Huge ovation. Sammy gives thanks to Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho and Sammy just ride off into the sunset. They keep on building on this illustrious career together, but they don't have to be tied at the hip. But I don't want it to be a situation where they're no longer able to be friends without having this whole comeback story where they fought and they feuded, and next thing you know, suddenly they're friends again. No. Whatever you do, they have to be kept good. And in doing that, while I would like to see Sammy by himself for a little bit, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea to have him join Don Callis' new group alongside Chris Jericho.